Shit! Hello, is this on?
Recording in progress. Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Hi, hey everybody. Welcome to our Bendy Backs class this Friday. Today we will want, for equipment, some sort of chair or a couch or a ledge of some kind, ideally with a cushion on it. You can always throw a pillow on something. And I really want to focus today on your elbow and shoulder alignment when you're in your overhead positions. So I'm using my husband's belt, actually, any belt. And this will make sense once we get into it. But there will be a couple of things where I'm going to have you put on a belt, or, I mean, I guess you could do it free without the belt, but this is really, really helpful for proper alignment for your arms. So, on that note, oh yes, and blocks or pillows or books, something to help you with elevation, whatever that may be that you might have lying around the house. Yeah, so you want to gather that up and we'll get started. Turn my music up here. Okay. All right. Here? Okay. So we are going to want to start with just a little side to side, shoulders back. Little twist. Bend in the knees, bring your arms up. Slow it down. Shoulders back, really round in the upper back here. And then really roll back for 2, 3, and 4. Good, now the head starts going around side to side. As we go to the right side, I want you to think of pushing that left shoulder down. So you're resisting that tilt. And then other side. Here. Resist that tilt. Okay. We are going to do those nerve glides because I think it's really important. So to start, you're going to grab your head with your left hand, tilt it to the side, to the left side. We're rolling our shoulders back, flexing that right hand. It's really important that that is flexed and then that right arm is straight. We're just going to bring it up to 90 and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. Roll the shoulders back, tilt the head. Flex up, left arm, left hand. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, we're going to stay here. We're going to do just one more nerve glide exercise. Right? So your hands are very, very flexed here. They're going out. And now you're going to bring your elbows, or you're going to bend in the elbows, and your hands are facing your head. So you want to keep this nice rectangle shape the whole time. And what we're doing is we're engaging up or shrugging up, and then rolling and dropping back. Here. So you feel a little bit of a little twinge in your ring finger and pinky finger. That we're just flossing our nerves. 6, 7, and 8. Shake that out. Good. Reach in between your shoulders with your left hand. Tuck the pelvis, bring it over to the right. That nice side body stretch. And up, switch. To the left. And up. Take that arm across the chest. Sorry, my knees there. And then thumb up and down, rotating up and down. And switch. Shake it out. So I want to, you can see me better on this wall. Okay, so facing the wall here, we're just keeping the right arm parallel to the floor. We're opening up as far as you can. We're keeping that arm nice and straight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now cactus arms. But really keeping a nice and like paying attention to your angles, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yes. Interlace those hands behind your back. Take a little bend in the knees, forward fold. And straighten once you're in the forward fold. Hands to the floor. Shake out your hips side to side here. Maybe grab opposite elbows and give yourself a sway. And then interlace your fingers behind your head and give yourself a gentle little tuck here. Take a bend in the knees real quick. And straight, bend, straight, bend, and let's meet in a tabletop. Turn this down a little bit for me. Okay, so we're meeting in a tabletop. Get in a couple of cat-cows on your own here. But if you've been with me before, any of my classes before, you know, on the cow, on the arch, push that jaw forward, create a little underbite. You'll get a nice extra stretch in the front of your neck in there. So yeah, on the drop. And round. And drop. And round. 2 more. Drop. And round. Drop. Okay. Good. Yeah, I'm going to use this chair for a moment. So we have some contrast. Okay. So we're just going to do shin up the walnut. Here. Okay, and we're in a neutral spine. So we're not arching or dropping too far. Okay. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake that out. Okay, good. Now, this is where we're going to start using the equipment, whatever it may be. So, I have blocks. Put your elbows up on books, like anything that will elevate the elbows. But we're going to do that anterior serratus exercise because I think it's so important for good shoulder engagement. We're going to put our blocks side to side. I just want to make sure you can see it there. Okay, now I'm going to move this back. Okay, good. So here we go, pretty close together. And now we're going to get down so that our tummies are on the floor. Okay, and our hands are in prayer pose. All right? Good. Now the head is going to stay neutral, so it's not on the floor necessarily yet. But for this drill, we really want to tuck the pelvis, squeeze those glutes, keep a nice neutral head, or keep your head through the arms, right? Okay. And the drill is we're gonna lift the chest and round in that upper back. Okay, from here, back in the pelvis, squeeze in the glutes. We're lifting up and down, almost to the point where your belly button is coming off the floor. Okay, we're gonna do that 8 times together. Here we go. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one stays. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now stay there. Okay, so stay there. You can take a block or a water bottle, something that keeps your shoulders roughly shoulder width apart, right? And palms together. I'm gonna use a block for this. And now, our forehead is gonna stay on the floor. So wait, over here. Forehead is gonna stay on the floor and pay attention to the angle of my elbows, right? As I lift, they're not bending back behind me. They're just, imagine like going up the wall, right? We're staying in that line, but the forehead stays on the floor. So we're just gonna do 8 of those together. Here we go, 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna do the same drill, but this time the elbows stay elevated. And they're just, your arms are going to extend to straight and right back up to bend, but the elbows stay elevated or off the floor. Okay, so here we go. And don't forget about that tucking of the pelvis, right? Hollow body. So elbows are up. We're going to straight. 1, and 2, and 3. And this one you can do a deeper bend if you like. 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good. Okay. Well done. Okay, keep those at your side and ready. The next one is when I'm going to pull out the chair or couch, whatever you have, just to get into that mid and upper back. But for this, you might really, really benefit from using some sort of looped band, and it's not stretchy, right? It's just something to keep my elbows from bowing outward. So now I'm going to arch back onto the chair, and the edge of this chair is just going to be just below my shoulder blades. But while we're reaching and arching back, I'm going to take a look at my elbows really quick. Okay. I'm actually going to do this for a moment here. Okay, so if we're in our cat-cow here, right, just a neutral cat-cow, can you practice, again, just so you can see, notice how your elbows can rotate forwards and back, right, internal and external rotation. So when we're doing that reach back, I'm going to think of keeping elbows forward the whole time, even once they're overhead and then they're backwards, but that shape here, and then reaching, that's the position of the arm that we're going for. And I think the band will help. Be just above the elbows there. Okay, I'm gonna put this back up so you can see. Good. Okay. So we've got our shoulder blades just on the edge of the chair. Okay. We've got our, noticing our elbows. Okay, yeah, good position. We're reaching up overhead, bringing the hands to the wall. You might need to adjust a little bit once you get there. I want to be a tiny bit closer to the wall. Okay? Yeah, that's better. Okay, and now we're in a nice hollow body, right? Our glutes are squeezed and engaged, our pelvis is in line, and our whole torso is parallel to the floor. So now we're going to look up and arch. I'm sorry, I need to be closer. Okay. Look up. We're arching on one. And hollow body. Arch for two. Hollow body and arch for three. Tuck the pelvis, hollow body and arch for four. Tuck the pelvis, hollow body and arch for five. Tuck hollow body. Arch for six. Hollow body. Arch for seven. Two more. And up. And last one. Yes, really just sink into that gooey stretch. And up. Slowly take your hands off the wall. Gently, gently, gently come out. That, ooh, I love that stretch so much. Okay, so for a lot of the rest of it, we're going to be using the wall a bunch. So I'm just going to take the chair out of the mix. Here we go. Okay. Yes. So after that, we're going to the wall. No, one more before we go to the wall. So you can grab your blocks or books. You can use the bottom of a cup, your water bottle, or 2 water bottles here. We're going to do a puppy press with the hands elevated. And then we're going to do a puppy press, hands on the floor, but the chin will be elevated. So we're just going to do 2 quick rounds. I'm going to go up, about here. Here. Okay. And then break from the wrist, right? Keep the palm up. Well, no, when the hands are elevated, the palms are fine. Here. But that same position that we just worked on with the elbows externally rotated, we want to keep that same idea in mind here. Okay? We're going to look forward and tuck our pelvis and arch. And hollow body, look through the legs. We're just doing this 4 times. Arch, look forward. Hollow body, look through the legs for 2. Arch, look forward. And tuck, hollow body, look through the legs for 3. 1 more. Arch. And hollow body, look through the legs. Okay. So, we're going to stay here. Again, if you have a block, or, literally, even your water bottle. Just let me put your chin on. Okay. I'm going to use a block. Okay. But for this one, your hands are on the floor. Lift the palm up. Right here. Okay, so same drill. We're tucking. And maybe your legs might want to be different. So this is sort of a personal preference, how deep you can get in the neck. Maybe the legs want to be wide. Maybe they want to be stacked. But play with that. So, arch and hollow body. Arch, hollow body. Arch, one more. Slowly come out of that. Chin on block is just really nice. Yes. So I want to warm up that lower back area first. So we're going to go to the tummies to the floor. Okay. Tummies to the floor. And then for a little added bonus challenge here, you can put a block or a book in between your ankles here, or here. But I've been finding that it really forces me to think about squeezing the glutes the whole time. Okay. Yes. So we're going to sit up into a nice sphinx. So elbows are stacked under the shoulders. I'm going to do this here. Elbows are stacked under the shoulders, right? We're pushing out of the shoulders. So we're not sinking. We're not letting ourselves sink. We're really pushing up and out, tucking the pelvis, really squeezing those glutes. Okay, we're just going to lift the leg 8 times. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now the arms overhead, but still keeping that block squeezed, or that book, or whatever you have. Maybe it's a pillow. Okay. For this one, I'm going to keep my arms here, but they can be in an H, or my favorite is this infinity arm behind the head. But for today, I'm going to go hands to the head. Okay. And really squeeze that block. So reset, tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glutes. We're just lifting the chest. Feet stay on the floor. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So we're going to do a round of this, but it's really, really, really slow. It's from Sphinx to Seal. But I want you to think of, with like each elevation, you're also thinking of bringing the chest forward, up, and then back, right? It's a weird concept to think about, but, and the exercises, let's keep that here, it's helpful. Okay, same thing, really be intentional about those glutes, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hands are firm, we're gonna use them. But this exercise is initiated from the head goes first, but also we're thinking of pulling ourselves forward first and then back, right? Really, really slow micro movements. Okay, here we go. Head begins for 1, 2, 3, 4, down 5, 6, 7, and 8, and up 2, 3, 4, down 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Head goes 1, 2, 3, 4, down 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa. Okay. Good. So now we're going to stay up at the top. Stay in your seal. I didn't plan for a block house, but I do find that it's useful to give it a little extra support to keep the chest lifted so that you can really, really pay attention to alignment. So yeah, let's use a blockhouse. Or a pillow, just something to elevate a tiny bit. Okay. Parallel, stack. Okay. And I just want a bit of support. I don't want it to do it for me for this one. I want my bottom rib just at the top of those blocks. Good. So our hands are out in front of us. Okay, our shoulders are down and dropped. Here, I want to angle towards you guys a little bit. Yeah, that feels better. Yeah. Okay. Just the top. But keep those legs in line as well. There. Okay. Hands out in front of you with a light touch. Arms are back. Okay, we're gonna arch the head back and bring the left foot to the head. We're gonna do that 8 times on each side. The last one of each. Hold for a count of 5. Okay, ready. Left leg goes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one stays. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, right away. Go for 8, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now, if you are using a bit of support, can you lift the arms up overhead? Can you go to prayer pose with those elbows together? Okay, just a quick little pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back to the floor. Take a quick little child's pose before. Now we are moving to the wall. Okay. Take a nice little spinal traction. Okay. Now we're going to take your right shin up the wall. Okay. And then get a block, or get your 2 blocks or 3 blocks, or water bottle or whatever you're using for a little bit of extra support. Get those just ready on either side of you. Okay. For this one, we're going to start leg straight up the wall. You need a little extra cushion for your knee. Grab a pillow or a sweatshirt or something. But I want to be specific with the back knee here. So now let's just say this one for now. The back one's pretty close to the wall, but I don't love my knee completely touching the wall, so I took it off a little bit. But play with that. Get it as close to the wall as is comfortable. And then the front leg for this one is this 90-degree angle, right? We're trying to stay nice and stacked for this one. Okay, I'm going to shift so you can see the front of me. Okay. I'm going to start with left shin up the wall. Okay, so you really want to pay attention to your hips here. You want to keep your pelvis tucked under, and then hips are square and parallel with the floor. Okay, and then if my right leg is in front, my left arm is going to go high. So where you should really be feeling it is that your quads, your front hip flexor, the back hip flexor. Okay, so left arm is high. We're gonna quarter ball over to the side here. And now, keeping the position in the legs and the hips, we're gonna open up in the upper back and looking up for 8, 7, squeeze the glutes, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now come down to your lunge. And you guys stay, I'm just gonna switch so you can see what we're doing here. So come down into your lunge. Okay, a deeper lunge, right? So we're not in that 90-90 anymore. A nice deep lunge. Okay, and so for this, same thing, you want to really keep those hips aligned and parallel to the floor, tucking the pelvis, really squeezing the glutes, and then lifting the chest without arching back yet. Okay, we're just going to pulse the foot off the wall. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now for inner lunge, we're going to slide our foot out so that we're in a bit of a deeper lunge, right? So our heel is not stacked. Sorry, our knee is not stacked over our heel. Our heel is slightly past our knee for this. And this is a dynamic exercise. So we're going to go into that deeper lunge using whatever we have for support and arch backs. And then straighten that front leg, flex that front foot, forward fold. Okay, we're gonna do that 6 times all together. And we're gonna move pretty slowly because I really wanna pay attention to, all those little micro cues. Ready. Oh, and take your supports with you, right? So on the arch back, take them with you so you don't wobble over. Okay, ready. Here we go. Flexed front foot, straight front leg, forward fold. So that's your half split. And arch back, squeeze the glutes. For 1, half split and arch back. 2, half split and arch back. 3, half split and arch back. 4, half split and 2 more. 5, half split and arch back. 6, half split and good. And then end in that arch back. Let's see what happens if you try to get that foot off the wall. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. Yeah, that was good. Okay, other side. So we're starting over. We're starting with that 90-90, right? Okay, now my right shin is up the wall. Okay, so I want to get my hips parallel to the floor, tuck that pelvis under, so I'm really getting a nice stretch front quads here. Okay, now my right arm is going high. Quarter ball over to the left without shifting anything in the hips or the legs. We're going to open up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now go to your lunge. It's normal lunge, but deeper than the 90-91. Okay. In that lunge. Okay. For this one, the front heel is stacked under the knee. And then the back foot is just going to pulse off the wall. For 10, 9, squeeze the glutes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now the arch back half split. Here we go, forward fold. Oh my gosh. And arch back. Oh yeah, take the heel out from under the knee a little bit again. Okay. And arch back for 1. Half split and. Arch back 2. And. Arch back 3. Half split and. Arch back for 4. Half split and 2 more. Arch back 5. Half split and 1 more. Let's stay in that arch back. And now kick the heel to the booty or toes to the head. For 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come out of that. Give yourself some little love taps. Get a sip of water. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now we are going to go into a camel, but on the wall. And if you are someone that is interested in the strap thing to help with the elbows and the correct alignment, I would say grab that now. And I'll go to the side angle so you can see a little better. Right. So have a block or something. Yeah, the first one, my feet tend to do this crisscross thing naturally, which I'm trying to train out of it. So I'm gonna put, for the first drill in this, I'm gonna put a block in between my ankles, but it's not necessary. I do want the band over the elbows, and then we're really, really concentrating on that external rotation from the elbows, right? The whole time, elbows externally rotated, keeping tension in the band, and then even when it's overhead, we're keeping that same elbow position. You get loosened on me. Can't cheat. Okay. So for the first one, we're just going to reach up and overhead. It's a bit of a camel exercise. Okay. Elbow, elbow. And then I'm going to have a block in my hands, palms together. A block or even a water bottle, something that you can hold, keeping the palms together. Okay, so we're going to push up. Tugging the pelvis, squeezing the glutes. Reach up overhead. Okay, bend in the elbows. Get a good, like, firm grip on the wall, right? So that you feel pretty stable. Okay, now we're gonna arch and try to find our block. Okay, so I'm actually too close to the wall. Tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glutes, and arch. And then bend the elbows up to the ceiling. Give yourself a little reprieve. Read it up. Sorry, talk upright. Read it up really, really slow, 4 times together. And if you need to adjust how close or far away you are from the wall, totally fine. Closer you are to the wall, the more sensational that this is. If you need to scooch away to give yourself a little more space, that's great. Okay. And remember to breathe. Okay, ready. So we're up, tugging the pelvis, squeezing the glutes. Externally rotated from the elbows. Arms are going up overhead. We're going to bend in the elbows. Bring our hollow body torso to the wall. The elbows are pointed up. Okay, now as we straighten the arms, we're going to arch back and try to find it. And then little bend, but stay for 1. And bend on 2. And 3. 1 more. And 4. Okay, now stay in, I can't talk like that at all. Stay in your, like just before your fullest extension in your arch, right? Because I'm more concerned with you staying stable and upright on the wall. Okay, you're in your arch, right? Block is on the wall, and then we're just gonna lift the feet off the floor. Okay, so get into position. I'm a bit of a baby today with my knees. Okay, here we go. You're gonna squeeze those glutes, arms up overhead. Here. Here. Okay, and then heel to head for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the elbows and the knees slowly, slowly, slowly come out of that. You take a little child's pose and give yourself some love taps because that was a lot. Okay. Now, you thought we were done with wall stuff. I just have a couple of other really yummy, juicy ones. And for this, you will not want pillows against the wall. You want to elevate your knees. So books, blocks, I don't know, like a cup or a bowl or something. I don't know, something to keep your knees elevated. And so you're going to want 2 platforms to elevate your knees, and they can either go, you can see, they can go flat against the wall like this, the second height, or the third height, just depending on how sensational you want it to be. I'm going to just do the second one today since I am tired. In a good way, in the best way. Okay, so both knees are going to be elevated and keep the blocks pretty close together, okay? Because we don't want our knees bowing outwards to the side. So, oh, and then our chest will be in Sphinx position, right? So elbows in, we're out of the shoulders. We're really engaged here, okay? So shin up the, I'm gonna take this off, so 1 and 2. Okay. Over here. Good. And actually, I'm wondering, it might feel nice to have like a tiny little pillow or something under the tummy. Yeah, I gotta say, that's really nice. Okay, but we are super, super engaged in the shoulders, right? Really pushing out. Head is neutral. Our pelvis is tucked under and our glutes are super engaged. Here, we're gonna do one leg at a time. You're gonna curl. I'm gonna show the right leg first. Curl those toes under, and the right leg is gonna attempt to straighten up behind you for 1 and lower. Actually, I don't like the curled toes. I like the top of the foot, but it's your preference. You can do this or this. But we're gonna go slow because I don't want you to lose track of what your glutes are doing, what your lower back is doing, or dropping in the shoulders, right? So even if that means you can't go as high, it's just a micro movement, even if it just means like it's a little tiny lift, that's preferable staying engaged. Okay, here we go. Roll the shoulders back, sit out of the shoulders. Neutral head, tuck this pelvis, squeeze the glutes. Right leg goes high for 8 and 7 and 6 and squeeze the pelvis, tuck the glutes. You get it. 6, 5, tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glutes. 4, 3, last one stays. 2, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Right away. Now take a break for a second. His arms. It's a lot. Okay. Reset. Pelvis is tucked. Squeezing those glutes out of the shoulders. Okay, we're activated. Left leg up the wall for 8 and 7 and squeeze the glutes. 6, 5, 4. Tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glutes, sit out of the shoulders. 3, 2, last one stays. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a quick break. But we are going back to that same position. Woo! Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I don't know. We only have 6 minutes left. I'm wondering. Yeah, let's just do a quick passive stretch in this, just for a quick moment. For this one, it's more of a seal position, but our hips will be lifted. And I like my blocks a little taller for this one. It gives more space for my dangling. Okay, so both knees on the blocks or on whatever elevation you have. Okay. Now we're gonna put the hands up. So we're kind of making a little tabletop, but with the knees on an elevated surface. Yes, I know. Okay. Now we're gonna drop into a seal, but keeping the hips off the floor. I mean, unless your hips just naturally touch. Here. We're gonna arch back into that seal, and then we're thinking of toes to head at the same time. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good luck. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Let's take a quick plow And we're gonna end on a back bend. But I would love a good counter stretch right now. Okay. Knees up to head. Take the feet up over the head. And then switch between flexing the feet and pointing the feet. But this should feel nice. When you come out of your plow, slowly come out one vertebrae at a time, but keeping that compression. Straight legs, keeping the compression as long as you can, right? Okay, that's it. Slowly come out of that. Yeah, I just want to do one back bend and then I'll do a cool down. So for this one, I'm going to just do it off the mat. You can see. I like the blocks against the wall the long way. Okay, I'm putting a heel on either side. Okay, and I'm getting my booty as close as I can to the blocks. Laying down, again, with the band on the elbows, this is a great place to use it. In fact, I will use it. I'm going to use it because it really helps you cue correct placement here. Here. Okay. Booty as close as you can to the blocks. Fingers facing the shoulders. I don't want to get my hair there. Okay, now push up into a back bend here. There. Okay. So now my shoulders are nice and open. I'm going to tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glutes, do a couple of rocks. And I want to tandu one foot to the head for 8, 7, no, just 4. When you're ready, come down. I'm ready. Yeah, I would say because my head was getting in the way of the back bend, for the back bend position, make the band below the elbows. Because my head wasn't able to really get through. It was getting stuck on the band. So, get your elevated surface out of the way, whatever it is. Bring your legs up the wall. Here. And then give your hands a little wiggle. Interlace your fingers here. Make little 8s. And maybe put the soles of your feet on the wall. Give your hips a little lift. Right? Let them dangle a little side to side. It's a really great gentle traction. Good. Slowly come out of that. And just before we leave here, also just give yourself a little flex toes, forward fold, and pull for just an extra traction of the spine. Drink lots of water. And please let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, I hope to see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye.
Recording stopped.
Oh, oops.